Hey, welcome back to Two Doctors Homestead. My name's Daniel, and this is 5 books for preppers, survivalists, homesteaders, anyone that wants to be self-sufficient or just waste less food, waste less money at the grocery store. So, first one I have here is Butchering, Processing, and Preservation of Meat. This is a great book. Frank G. Ashbrook learns a lot. I've read this book many times over. It even has things like meat cuts, how to cook them. It is, as it says, it's how to process and preserve meat, butchering animals. A lot of great info here. Now, as a note, it is a slightly older book, so there may be some things in it that aren't as relevant. Let's see, copyright 1955. There may be some things that they list out. You're like, yeah, we don't do that anymore. But in the back, it even has recipes. You've got deer mincemeat in here, how to render lard, scrapple, oatmeal scrapple, turkey scrapple, pawn haws. I mean, it could be some things you've never heard of. Head cheese, a lot of recipes. Just a great, you could call it a how-to book. If you've never done any butchering, processing or preservation of meat, processed any animals, I would recommend. It's a good place to start. As I said, a lot of great information, and you can still find it even though it's an older book. So it's a great book to have in your collection. So that's the first book here. Once again, if you're interested in homesteading, hunting, any of that, that's a good book to have. Which takes us into the next book right here, which is A Year Without the Grocery Store, Karen Morris. So this is really about long-term food storage, preservation. So it's a great book here. It's not a super long book, but if you're interested, getting into first chapter 2, long-term food storage, the theory, it talks a lot about long-term food storage pantries, why you're going to do it, where to get the food from, what types of food to store. So a lot of good information. So what's short-term storage, what's long-term storage. So it is a really good book. It even has a section on couponing, options for breakfast, lunch, dinner. On the back it says feed your family for about $160 a year. I'm not sure on that, but that's what the book says. It even takes into account things like food allergies. So if you're interested in long-term food storage, it says A Year Without a Grocery Store. It's a good book, Karen Morris. So definitely recommend it. It's a good starter prepper. Next one I'm going to jump into here is Cooking with Scraps. This is Lindsay Jean Hard. I don't know why I can't read or speak today. Lindsay Jean Hard. It says 85 scrumptious recipes for zero waste cooking. Now, not everything in here is scraps, but the idea behind it is use food you might throw away. So if you waste less, you want less, right? Waste not, want not. And it talks about what to do with stems, cores, rinds, peels, seeds, tops, all the little things that you probably normally throw away. This has a recipe, and it's what you can make with it. It's got a lot of great recipes, very pretty pictures, like carrot top pesto. You probably normally throw away your carrot tops. This tells you how to make pesto out of it, or spicy carrot top, kimuchi, shaved zucchini salad with carrot tops, fennel seed. So it's all the little bits of food that you probably normally throw away. It's got recipes, it's got how to cook with them, so certainly something to keep in mind. Beet peel margarita, all right? Keep your beet peels, can't speak, beet greens, eggplant pista, basic sauteed beet greens, so you probably throw away your beet greens. There you got a recipe. So this will help you maybe save a little money, maybe waste a little bit less. You might be looking forward to your apple cores, or even your corn cobs. It's got recipes for things like corn cobs and that kind of thing. So pretty cool little book. Save you some money, throw away a little bit less. Next one, highly recommend the all new ball canning. Book of Canning and Preserving, over 350 of the best canned, jam, pickled, preserved recipes. I know I always push on this. If you're canning, you're preserving, pressure canning, water bath canning, steam canning, whatever you're doing, follow a recipe, right, guys? No one wants E. coli or botulism or any of that kind of stuff, salmonella. There's plenty of established, proven, tested recipes, even barbecued pulled pork, right? Follow the recipe, can safely. It's just not worth the risk otherwise. But this is a great book, highly recommend it. Oxmoor House, and I don't know if there's specifically one author listed. It is Oxmoor House, all new bulk canning, booking and preserving, right? Good book to get. Could save your life if you do a lot of just random canning stuff, hoping you don't get sick. Last book I wanted to show, the fifth book here, is Country Life, a handbook for realists and dreamers by Paul Heine. Paul Heine. Apologize if I mispronounced your last name, Paul. This is a fun book. A lot of great pictures, right? And it covers a wide variety of topics. You got home farming, talks a little bit about animal husbandry, keeping poultry, keeping chickens, keeping ducks, keeping geese, farm sheep, shepherd's calendar, lambing, wool, farm goats, keeping goats, farm pigs, farrowing, milking, calving. You got fruits, you got gardening, food from the fields, home comforts. It's a fun book. Wind is beating me up a little bit here. A lot of great pictures, lay of the land, laying out your farm. I mean, I wouldn't call this the only book you would need to, say, get into homesteading or farming or anything like that. But if you're new to the idea or you just want to get some ideas, it is a good book for that, right? Keeping Ducks gives you a lot of information about keeping ducks, what kind of housing you might want, what kind of breeds you might want, how to feed them. Same thing, keeping geese, shearing wool. So there's a ton of good information in here. I think it's a great book, working with nature. A lot of illustrations, covers a lot of topics. As I said, if you're not into homesteading and you're interested in getting into homesteading, small farming, being more self-sufficient, honestly, I think it's a good book to start with. So DK Publishing, Paul Heine, Country Life, a handbook for realists and dreamers. And I think all homesteaders are a mix between realists and dreamers, right? So that was it. That was 5 books for people that want to be a little more self-sufficient. And as always, thank you for watching, and we appreciate you.